Hello everyone, my name is Kayla and I will be your host tonight on Smart Talk. We are joined with three important economists, David Ricardo, John Maynard Keynes, and Arthur Laffer. David here, and I just want to say thanks, Kayla. It's going to be a great time. Happy to be here. The pleasure's all mine, John Maynard Keynes, but thanks, Kayla. Well, looks like we're saving the best for last. Arthur here. You guys are all too kind. No problem. So to get started for today, let us first talk about your most famous writings. Mr. Ricardo, please tell us about your book first. My book, Principles of Political Economy and Taxation, concludes that land rent grows as population increases. It also clearly lays out the theory of comparative advantage. You might be wondering what comparative advantage is, and well, I'll tell you. Comparative advantage is a country's ability to produce a given product relatively more efficient than another country. Well, looking at this model here, we can see that the opportunity cost of ironing a shirt is lower for women than it is for men, and women have a comparative advantage in ironing. Also, men have a comparative advantage in changing tires. Thanks for sharing, Mr. Ricardo. Now how about you, Mr. Keynes? Tell us about one of your famous writings, please. Well, I'd just like to say that my book was by far one of the best ever written. It's called The General Theory of Employment, Interest, and Money. I wrote it in 1936, and it offered new insights in the midst of the Great Depression. It's safe to say that I helped save our country in a terrible time. Well, John, I'm happy to hear about your book. Now, Mr. Arthur, why don't you tell us about yours? He can think he has the best book all he wants, but I know that mine really is. The End of Prosperity, How Higher Taxes Will Doom the Economy If We Let It Happen, describes how we risk losing the exceptional standard of living that has made us the envy of the rest of the world if the pro-growth policies of the last 25 years are reversed by a new president. Wow, I think we can all agree that all of your books are quite amazing pieces of works, just like yourselves. I just wanted to add real quick something I had said previously before you rudely cut me off. People can also change the timing of when they earn and receive their income in response to government policies, and this couldn't be any more true, so don't forget it, folks. Well, that was random, but thanks, Arthur. Now on our next topic. Let me hear all about your main economic theories. Go ahead, John. I would love to start it off. My general theory divided the economy into four sectors: consumer, investment, government, and foreign. A consumer is a person who purchases goods and services for personal use. In this model here, you can see how these four components add up to GDP. I also argue that the health of the economy is based on the total spending of all the sectors combined. That's pretty crazy, Mr. Keynes. It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Oh, I do. Trust me, I'm the smartest economist of them all. Oh, well, wow. How about you now, Arthur? Tell all of us listeners and I about your theories, please. I would be more than happy to tell you about my theory of supply-side economics. It is designed to stimulate the economy by increasing production rather than demand. It is shown how we can afford to do this in my Laffer curve graph. Here you can see it on the screen. This is a relationship between federal tax rates and tax revenues. Both of these taxes can determine the amount of money that is available to the consumers, and the more they have, the better the economy. All of you men have such interesting theories and insights into the world of economics. It's quite hard for me to even keep up with what you're all saying. Let's move on to something else now, though. I would love to hear about each of your major accomplishments regarding economics. It's my turn to start this one off. Sit back and listen carefully, boys. Well, as we all know, trade is the pillar of civilization, and my identification of comparative advantage helped to promote trade. Due to it helping promote trade, it consequently helps promote civilization as well. And if promoting civilization isn't a huge accomplishment, then I don't know what is. Blah, blah, blah. Now it's time for all of you to hear about some real accomplishments. I am the founder and chairman of Laffer Associates, a very successful economic research firm. Also, my influence in triggering a worldwide tax-cutting movement in the 1980s earned me the distinction in many publications as the father of supply-side economics. And lastly, I was highly involved in the groundbreaking Proposition 13. Like I once said, people can change the volume, the location, and the composition of their income, and they can do so in response to changes in government policies. It's safe to say that I changed all of mine in the best way possible. Is he done talking yet? Jeez! I mean, I know I once said, in the long run, we're all dead, but I thought he would never be quiet. My main accomplishment far triumphs any of yours. My influence led to the development of our national income and products accounts that are used to measure GDP and GNP. GDP being the dollar value of all final goods, services, and structures provided within a country's national borders during a one-year period. Holy cow, I don't even know what to say at this point. You guys have basically said all there is to say. What intelligent men you truly are. Why, thank you, Kayla. Thanks, Kayla. Thanks. You are all very welcome. Well, I think we're all out of time for today, and it's safe to say that you have officially bored everyone to death already. So that's all for today, folks. We will talk to you next time on Smart Talk. Bye!